Greetings, Love Posse. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to our channel. Today's message: spiritual growth can lead to challenging relationships. This is something that I became aware of early on my spiritual path. I noticed as I became more conscious, as I grew and became more spiritual, I changed, my energy changed, the way I carried myself, what I radiated in the world changed, and people who were sensitive enough noticed it. Some people, I could tell, it actually became this game to me to see how people would react to me. And people would notice energetically, because we're energetic beings, and they would fidget. They couldn't be around me. They didn't know, what they were feeling. They couldn't explain it. They just didn't like it. Other people were drawn to me. I remember being in Whole Foods here where I live in Sedona, and this man comes up to me and he says, "I love you, but not in a sexual way. Do you understand?" And I said, "I understand." He says, "I love you. Can I hug you?" And I said, yes. Even with my own family, after being on the path for a while and being homeless, many of you know that I experienced homelessness for 4 years, so I was sleeping in the forest. And that impacts your spiritual growth and changes your energy. Woo! I was like, my energy was like on fire. It was undeniable. And I remember going to visit my family, and my mother, oh my God, she couldn't stand it. She was, "Tyffany, yeah, Tyffany, I don't know what it is about you. How long are you going to be here?" She was ready for me to leave. She couldn't take it. She didn't know what it was. And then I decided, well, I better go stay with my sister. And my sister was, "Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't touch that. I don't like that." She didn't know. You could see it in their body. They were so agitated because they were not familiar with this new me. It caused challenges in my relationship. Friends started falling off organically. Some friends fell off, and there was a little bit of drama and feelings of hurt and pain, but that's karma. That's part of the karma. Even at work, your relationships with your co-workers will change as you grow more spiritually, as you become more conscious, because again, people will be able to feel the change in you. Friends will call you and ask you to go certain places that you used to go, and because you have grown and developed and become more conscious, you will not want to go to those places because you will know that's not for me anymore. You'll become more aware that going to a bar and hanging out in places that invites dark energy, like bars do, where people are drinking and smoking, those places are prime places where low-level beings live, feed off of people, where fear feeds off of people. You will be able to feel it and notice it, and you will not be able to go to those places again until you reach a level, if you want, where you're stronger, I don't go to those places. I just don't, because I know the consequences. So because of that, I have lost friends, and I don't consider it a loss. And I think this particular aspect, the relationship aspect, and how our spiritual growth can lead to challenging relationships, is one of the aspects that is difficult to deal with. I have become better at it because I understand why people fall off, why I can't have those people in my life, because I'm moving further and farther on the path, and those people are not there. Even when I was married, my ex-husband and I began the path together, learning, studying, growing. And then I decided to go farther, and he decided not to. He told me recently, I'm back in the matrix, and we divorced. Sometimes you may not divorce. You may not break up with your partner. You may continue on your path, and your partner may stay where he or she is, and you may just decide to stay with your partner. Or your partner may decide to grow with you. I have a neighbor, and her husband, she's in her 70s, he's in his 80s, and he refuses to grow and expand spiritually. He doesn't want to have any conversations about spirituality, anything consciousness-based. So she will call me or come over, and we will talk. And I can only imagine how that affects their relationship, that her love of spirituality is something that they can't and don't share in their marriage. It impacts the marriage, whether people talk about it or not, whether they show it to the public or not. It affects the relationship. Spiritual growth can lead to challenging relationships. And I just wanted you to know that. And those who do know that and are experiencing that, know that your handling of it, your acceptance of it will get better. Know that that is the nature of the process. I know now. Now my guides tell me, you have to let someone go. And before, I used to resist it, and I used to go on in the relationship, and there are consequences when you do that, and they are not pretty consequences. Let me tell you. So now when my guidance is, you have to move away from this person because they're not growing or whatever it may be, I do it. I do it organically. I just slowly distance myself from them on social media. I stop calling, texting, whatever it may be, and I send them love and light. I do it lovingly, always do it lovingly. If you have to distance yourself from someone, or you see that, okay, this person has noticed, has become aware that we're not in alignment, so they are manufacturing an argument or something, because sometimes that's easier for people to find something they don't like about you and to create an argument where they have to say goodbye. Remember to take responsibility for the part that you play in the breakup, in the distancing yourself in the relationship. Do it lovingly. Understand. This is the process. This how it works. I'm no longer in alignment with this person, be it a family member, friend, coworker, neighbor. I'm no longer in alignment energetically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically in alignment with this person. And that's all it is. That's all it is. Don't take it personally. Know that when something or someone is released, someone else will come on your path, someone who is in alignment with you, someone who is where you are on the path. It's the universe's way, it's our way of death and rebirth in a loving way. It's a form of death and rebirth in a loving way. It means you are growing more spiritual, more conscious. You are moving further on the path. Focus on that gift, that blessing. Those people will always be with you. Remember pre-birth planning. They know this is going to happen, that it's meant to happen. They just don't remember. You just don't remember. Again, it's part of the process. Love Posse, spiritual growth can lead to challenging relationships. Yes, it's going to hurt. We're going to feel some emotional pain because we are attached to these people because of our human aspect, because we're in these human bodies. We have these human experiences. But from a spiritual perspective, it's part of our lessons. It's part of the growth process. It's part of what we've come here to do, to help us to grow and to expand. We have to let go to grow and to expand. Love Posse. Spiritual growth can lead to challenging relationships. Whatever happens, be loving, be kind, be understanding, be the watcher. Watch, observe from a loving place as the watcher. As the watcher. You see those people again on the other side. You will. From my perspective, you will. Thank you for your time, Love Posse. I sure enough love you. The divine loves you. You are loved. Namaste. Namaste.